Okay, so this is the worksheet called Subatomic Particles in Ions and Atoms. So based on the information provided, determine the number value of the missing information. So we're definitely going to need a periodic table. So if an atom is, and this should say neutral, if an atom is neutral, the electrons are going to equal protons because electrons are negative and protons are positive. And the number of protons, which of course, those are our positives, those can't change. So if things are going to have a charge, it's going to be because electrons are changing. So over here to the left, it says a positive ion. So the electron count would be less than the proton count, and that would be overall positive. And electrons can be gained, then you'd have a negative ion. So the electron, that's what's going to change. It's not going to be protons. Protons will always remain the same. So first of all, our first row across, proton count, this is found on the periodic table. This is the same as atomic number. So going over here to periodic table, our first is lithium. So lithium, on this periodic table, lithium's atomic number is here in the lower left. Depending on whatever periodic table you're looking at, it might be, top left or somewhere else, but it is the number that tells you number of protons is the atomic number. So I would just go to periodic table and I would look all those things up. I would go to phosphorus. I'll even do phosphorus one more. So phosphorus, I'm going to go back to periodic table. Phosphorus is over here. It's 15 for phosphorus. So that's what I would do for all of these. And just to save us time, I'm not going to keep going back to check for you. I've already gone to periodic table and I've looked these up. They gave me 56 and then 8. All right, the next would be electron count. So again, see the directions above. So the number of protons, this first row, is always going to be the same. So for example, lithium is a +1. So that means we've lost 1 electron. So if we normally have 3 protons, we would normally have 3 electrons. But a +1 charge means we've lost an electron. Now we have 2. And the reason why that works is if we have 3 positives and 2 negatives, that means we are overall +1, which is exactly what happened here. All right, so phosphorus -3, that would also make sense. So we'd have 15 positives, 18 negatives, which means overall I'm a -3. Now V0, this means protons equal electrons. So that means if I have 23 protons, I have 23 electrons. And to go back, this would be gain 3 electrons. Another 0, meaning if I have 19 protons, I have 19 electrons. Ba +2, so that means I've lost 2 electrons. Because again, electrons are negative. So if I have 56 protons and I've lost 2 electrons, I would have 54 electrons. That one was done for us, and that should make sense. So 87 electrons is less than the protons by 5. So I'd be overall +5. Here again is another 0, which means 12 positives, 12 negatives. And an O -2, this means a gain of 2 electrons. So that would be 10. Neutrons. So for neutrons, these do not have charge. So they're not going to be part of ions. So it's going to be our mass number minus number of protons, which is the same as atomic number. So we don't have mass number for everything yet. So maybe I'll come back to that. So this last one is number of protons plus number of neutrons. And another way you could do this if we don't have that information, this is the atomic mass from the periodic table rounded. So we might have to do that. So for example, this first one, lithium, I can calculate my mass because I have protons and neutrons already. So 3 + 4 is 7. But all the way over here at krypton, I do have that. So I have 19 protons, 48 neutrons. So that would be 84. And I can also use this here. So 92 plus 146 added together should be 233. And by the way, if I did any of this math incorrectly, Sorry. But, you know, to figure out mass number, it's just protons plus neutrons. But what I also mean is if I were to go to periodic table and say, all right, for example, 10.81 is the mass of boron. So I'd round that to 11. That would be the atomic mass. That would be another way of finding it if they didn't give you protons and neutrons. All right, so now that I have this information, mass number 31 minus 15 is going to give me my neutrons. So protons plus neutrons minus protons gives me neutrons. 51 minus 23 is going to give me 28. 137 minus 56 should give me 81. I'll even write that. 137 minus 56. And then we have 24 minus 12 gives me 12. 24 minus 12. And 17 minus 8 is going to give me, oh, did I do that wrong? I made a mistake on that last one here. Oh, well. The answer key is wrong, but that's okay. All right, and finally, atomic number should be the same as protons, so that's easy. 3, 15, 56, 92, 12. Atomic number of protons. Just another way of saying it. You can find it on the periodic table if you'd like. So, yeah. All right. Any questions, come talk to me. All right, thanks.